remains the #1 cause of death for children between the ages of 1 and 4 in this country. In the last 24 hours, we had a young child almost die in the pool, but they survived. Tonight, in a special consumer report, however, we're going to show you some ways to keep your kids safe and keep them from swimming into danger. A big splash in a cool pool is the perfect panacea to beat the summer heat for kids all over South Florida. But just last night, a Lauderhill 1-year-old fell into the family pool.
I started to administer CPR himself. As we were working the child, there was no pulse, and there was still no pulse on the child once they got to the hospital. Shortly after the child arrived, they got what's called a HOPE pulse, which is a very, very faint pulse.
Swim experts like Julie Gross of Swim with Mr. Blue Swim School says the most important thing is for kids to learn how to swim early.
At the end of the day, if your child does not know how to swim back to the wall, it's a liability. It's dangerous. And it's your responsibility as a parent to make sure they know how to swim.
Next, have a barrier to stop kids from entering the water alone.
If your pool is not gated or fenced in, it's not only not safe for your own children, it's not safe for children in the neighborhood. Why would you want to have a liability in your homes?
At the Pinch A Penny Pool Store in Coral Springs, they have an entire area devoted to pool safety.
People in a small pool environment don't think that way. They think it's small, the kids are really good swimmers. There's never a scenario where they would need this. But that's not the case, as the case of there being several drownings a year, just in small, tiny pool areas.
Also, balls, trinkets, and other wheeled toys such as tricycles could entice or even transport a child right to the bottom of the pool. Paul says a swim vest could be a lifesaver, and a little kid falls in the pool and you have this in the pool. How does it work?
It will actually move up and down, which would react to the fact that it's been on a calm surface, because most pools don't create waves by the wind going by. So that causes it to move up and down, and when that does move up and down, it sends a signal to this receiver, this alarm, which will set off inside the house, and somebody will know that somebody's in the water.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great safety measure. Parents like Christina Lipson are trying to remove real and present drowning dangers around their pools and homes, and also look for effective weapons against mishaps.
First, I have the alarm, as you can see, and then I have the fence secure and it's locked. Make sure that after they finish swimming, make sure that it's locked, and taking swimming class is the key.
Julie says remove plants and other objects that can obstruct a clear view of the pool from inside the house.
I got you, Keegan.
And finally, have lots of tools non-swimmers can use to pull a child to safety right next to the pool.
We have all kinds of items here. I mean, from a rescue tube to a noodle to our shepherd's crook here. You're not going to have all these items at your home, but you have to think to yourself, what do I have? I have an arm and a leg. I have something that I can extend out to a person.
And Julie says it's never too early to start your kids swimming. She says she starts her infants at 6 months in her Mommy and Me programs.
Yeah, that's so smart,
Oh,
especially
it really
here in
is.
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And